everybody. This is Liz Cross from psychiclizcross.com and Patreon at Remote Viewing and Beyond. You can support this YouTube channel by subscribing to the Patreon. You will get exclusive content there as well. So today we have Mr. Shakespeare here, and we have been working really hard, pumping out the videos all day, and we thought we would do this one. Mr. Shakespeare, who do we have here and what do we need to know?
So this is the Prime Minister. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
This is the Prime Minister of Japan. His name is Kishida. So we've got a report or a thing in a UK tabloid of Chinese missiles landing in Japan's waters. Apparently there was some miscalculation during the Taiwanese or the military drill, and apparently Tokyo is outraged over this, according to this. So we need to talk to this guy about it. So do you have a connection with him?
Yes, I do. He's very healthy. And what is his name again?
Kishida.
Kishida.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kishida Fumio. Fumio. Kishida Fumio. Yeah. Well, his first name is Kishida. So
all right. What would you like to know?
How's he doing today?
He's very well, thank you.
Good. What's his reaction to these missiles that are allegedly landed in Japanese waters? Obviously, they weren't deliberately fired there, but they ended up there. What's his reaction to that?
He's very worried. This is really shocked him. He doesn't understand why this is happening. He believes it's uncalled for.
When he says he doesn't believe why it's happened, does he understand that Nancy Pelosi went there the other day and that was deeply upsetting to the Chinese?
Yes, he understands that, but he believes that the Chinese response is over the top. It's just a display of emotion. He says it makes them look weak instead of powerful, even though they're trying to look very powerful. In his mind, he looks very weak. He believes aggression is an action of the weak as well.
Okay. Is he on his government going to take any reaction or retaliatory or economic or anything to do with China as a result of what's happened?
Spoken to China. Yes, they've spoken to China about this, and they basically said this better not happen again. We will retaliate. They don't want to have any war or retaliation tactics, but they also will stand up to China. Do you believe that you could win? No, he doesn't believe that they could win in a war against China, but he's not going to put up with it.
Okay. Is he doing anything? Is any of his reactions at the behest of anybody in the US government?
No, he's actually asking the US government for support, and it's just been met with silence.
How does he feel about that?
How do you feel about that? Completely isolated and alone. Having to deal with China on your own is a big deal.
Okay, but at the end of the day, nothing happened. No one was killed, were they? No, there's no damage done at the end of the day. So does it really need to worry them that much? He's issued a warning, but does he need to do much more?
They're on high alert.
The whole of Japan's on high alert, yeah?
Certainly the naval bases.
Right.
The Navy.
Do you think China's going to do this again?
They could very well do this again.
Right.
He's not happy with their response at all. He thinks this is going to create loads of problems. How do you feel about Taiwan? How do you feel about it? He believes they should live and let live. you know, people at the end of the day, his philosophy is people are wanting to do business, let them do business. You know, leave them alone. They're not harming anybody, they're not threatening anybody. And you know what he just said? They're not creating biological weapons. Um, so, you know, just leave them alone. Everybody deserves to have a peaceful life. And he's not happy at all. Now, as you and I know from the probes that we have been doing, the consistency on the current timeline is that it ends up, in your words, as being a nothing burger. But right now, tensions are high. And the Chinese, they're bullies, from what he's telling me. And he's very upset by their behavior.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right.
Any other questions?
How's Japan? How's the Japanese economy doing?
How's the Japanese economy doing? It's very bad. It's very bad at the moment.
Why is it so bad?
They're just not generating enough GDP.
And what does he plan to do about that?
What do you plan to do with that? He wants to do some more deals with companies, make it more friendly to move manufacturing companies into Japan. The problem is they like to go places where it's a lot cheaper. So you're talking about India, you're talking about, you know, parts of Asia. It's hard to entice people into Japan to do business and to set up their companies there because it's expensive.
Does he plan on, you know, is there any subsidies or tax breaks or financial incentives for anybody to go there and do this?
Yes, he is creating financial incentives.
Okay. How's the Japanese stock market doing then?
How? It's not doing well. It's down. It's not doing well. Is it on par with the US stock market? No, he doesn't believe it's as bad as the US stock market, but it's pretty bad.
Right. Okay. That's all we have for him for now. This is a quick one.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, no worries. I mean, it's important to do this one though. You know, we want to find out how they feel about the response. And it seems like he's going to pretty much, you know, get tough about it. And he's not going to take it lying down, which is good, because let me ask him this question. Why do you think people are not retaliating against China as a whole? Because they're scared. Are you scared of China? He says no, he's not scared of them, but he believes the world should have stood up to China a long time ago.
Right.
So there you go. He's pretty tough, this guy.
Yeah.
So maybe a diamond in the rough. Because right now, if you're looking across at all the world leaders, it's like, good grief, you know, they're just so weak at the moment. It's just, how did we end up with a whole slew of leaders that are just completely just, you know, they don't like to retaliate. They don't like to stand up for their country. They, you know, they give it lip service. They're full of hot air. Again, going into the whole Russia-Ukraine thing, I was tired of seeing the EU and, you know, yeah, it was the EU, giving just a round of applause. You know, oh, we are going to do this. We are going to do that. What have they done? They've done nothing. Nobody has done anything. They're just full of hot air. to shut the people up. That's what it seems like to me, especially when we're doing these probes. And it's like we got to appease the people for right now, but then tomorrow it'll be something else and they'll forget all about it. Right? And I'm
Yeah,
finding
well,
that.
there is a thing. There's a meme going around, isn't it? And it's, I support the current thing.
I haven't seen that meme, but
I
certainly
support the current thing. So whatever the current thing is, I support it. I mean, that's about as far as that's essentially what a lot of people are saying by their actions. If they're not saying that out and out, I support the current thing. Whatever the current thing is, I support it. So in other words, they're fed a line. Yep, I support that. Yep, I support that. So
yeah, and that's now we're starting to see. I mean, I don't know if this was always the case, but certainly we're seeing this trend now, which is, just full of hot air, not going to do anything about it. And I feel like we've been in this for a few years now. Certainly, the past 2 years since I've been doing these mind probes, you really find these consistencies in their actions. But for this guy, Kashida, the way he's coming across to me emotionally, he's kind of hardcore. He's not going to put up with it. I don't believe he's just full of hot air. I do believe he would definitely take action, which is refreshing, really. And I'm not saying that I'm a warmonger or armchair warrior, sitting there calling the shots. But compared to what we have been probing, we probe Liz Truss, we've probed Boris Johnson, we've probed across the board. We did Italy not too long ago. And certainly when I've done the EU probes and the NATO probes and all of that, everybody's just very, very weak. So like I said, this is refreshing. I'm glad we did this probe.
Okay. Have you still got him?
Yeah.
Ask him what he thinks of Joe Biden.
What do you think of Joe Biden? He likes him. He's easy to do business with.
Okay.
So there you go.
We'll leave it there, Liz.
All right. Thank you very much.